Hey, crypto family. Today we're going to talk about what's been going on in the market, some analysis for Bitcoin, and then a couple news articles regarding Gemini launching a new custody solution, more Bitcoin mining, and what the SEC thinks of the Bitcoin ETF. So first, looking at the coins today, you can see Bitcoin's down 2% to $10,095. So again, it's hovering around that $10,000 support. The rest of the altcoins are following suit. There's a couple that are up a few percent, but again, most coins are in the red today. Looking at Bitcoin here, we can see right now, I had this support level drawn at 10,000, but this turquoise line, it may be a little hard to see. I'll zoom out on the daily chart. You can see we do have a descending triangle here, which is a bearish pattern. So again, if Bitcoin breaks this 9,400 level, then expect us to go down possibly to this 8,500 or even lower. So going to keep an eye on that. And also looking at the 128-day moving average, we can see since March, Bitcoin has been above this 128-day average. But again, if it does break that, that is very bearish and could accelerate towards breaking this 9,400 level below it. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. Again, the RSI isn't really overbought or oversold, so could still have some room to run. Long contracts are still at an all-time high right now, and short contracts are rising. So again, shorts are getting a lot more risky with their shorts and basically starting to believe that Bitcoin may have a downturn very soon. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, one of the first articles I want to cover today is Gemini. So Gemini launches custody product with 18 cryptos, including Ethereum tokens. So this is great. It says the Gemini Exchange is launching an institutional-grade crypto custody solution, according to an announcement Tuesday. Now, I say this is great because institutions, we've heard it time and time again, they're wanting to enter the crypto space. It's just complex regulatory and security requirements that are really making it hard for them to get in. It says, through the Gemini Trust Company, a regulated custodian overseen by the New York Department of Financial Services, the Winklevoss-backed exchange now offers, quote, Gemini Custody, a platform which would enable clients to trade assets instantly by offering them credits. So instantly is the big word here. So before, it says that people would have to wait a day to trade and access and trade their assets. But now it says Gemini customers will be able to trade assets held offline without waiting to access them using the new system. So a quote by institutional investors said, institutional investors have demonstrated a clear and growing demand for crypto, but they've struggled to find a solution that fully meets their complex regulatory and security requirements. So again, they want to have their funds, but they also want it to be safe, but they want to be able to trade it, so they want that liquidity. So Gemini is actually fixing that because they're making a whitelist where basically you can only withdraw your tokens to certain addresses, which helps prevent hacking, and then among other solutions for offline storage. So there's 18 cryptos. Again, a lot here: BAT, Bread, Die Maker. Again, Engine, Flexicoin. They have a lot here, and they're saying they're planning to add support for other cryptocurrencies as well. So again, this is very good for institutional investors because we're getting them more into cryptocurrencies. And again, as more investors come in, it's going to increase that liquidity and help increase that stability and view to the mainstream. So again, something to watch out for as more exchanges perform these custody solutions. Now, the next article is about Bitmain ramping up their power and efficiency with new Bitcoin mining machines. So as you know, Bitmain, the largest Bitcoin mining company in the world right now, has released their new miners. S17E has a hash rate mining power of 64 terahertz per second and a power efficiency of 45 joules per terahash. So again, this is a lot higher than their ones that they had before. And you know what that means? When you're mining with more terahash, again, you're getting more Bitcoin. So they'll just increase the speed at which Bitcoin is mined and decrease the availability of Bitcoin, which also, as you know, when supply decreases, demand increases. So again, we don't have that much more Bitcoin to mine, less than 4 million. So that's something to keep in mind as mining continues to improve and less Bitcoin is available to the public. And then last but not least, as I mentioned, what the SEC thinks of Bitcoin ETFs. So there is progress being made, but quote, they say there is work left to be done. So one of the biggest things here is they say they're speaking with Pisani on September 19th. The SEC chairman stated that although significant steps have been taken to address regulatory concerns via a Bitcoin ETF, there is work left to be done. Clayton went on to say the SEC's questions in regard to Bitcoin ETFs were not trivial, adding, quote, given that they trade on a largely unregulated exchange, how can we be sure that those prices aren't subject to significant manipulation? So that's something to keep in mind right now is, again, all that manipulation. That's the one reason, the volatility, why they do not want an ETF to be approved just yet. They say now progress is being made, but people needed to answer those hard questions for us to be comfortable that this was the appropriate type of product. And it also says, quote, we're engaging on this, but there are a couple of things about it that we need to feel comfortable with. The first is custody. Custody is a long-standing requirement in our markets, and if you say you have something, you really have it. So again, I mentioned all these custody solutions, and these companies, all these exchanges need to verify that they really do have, the assets backing or the fiat backing these assets, again, to make sure that there is that liquidity. Because if there's not liquidity, then that's how exchanges get the bad rap. You aren't able to properly supply your investors with their fiat, with their cryptocurrency that they want, and then it gives everyone a bad rap. So right now, it says there's a delay on the Wilshire Phoenix Bitcoin and Treasury Investment Trust, and it's been moved to September 20th. And then Bitwise is listing on NYSE Arca, and VanEck's listing will have to wait until October 13th and 18th, respectively. So SEC is postponing their decisions on both ETFs, but again, they need to make decisions before those dates. So like with anything, we keep delaying the ETFs, but at least progress is being made, and at least they're beginning to understand what Bitcoin is, and it's not all manipulation, and that there are exchanges working towards this goal. So with that, if y'all enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and until next time, thanks for watching.